So that's talk. So now we talk a little bit about drivers. Talk about restraints. Of course, retailers are putting forth priorities to be able to respond to that. And then they're also putting forth strategies to enable those priorities. Retail is a very diverse industry. It's for me to stand up here and put hand on heart and say, here's all, or on microphone, whatever you want to say, and say that this is, these are the de facto priorities and the de facto strategies for retail. It's almost a fool's errand. So I think the better way for me to do it is maybe use a set of retailers like fashion as a way to give an example. So if I look at fashion retailers, fashion is growing at 10% over the next 3 years. So it's going to be a growth area. Retailers are taking advantage of social trends and monetizing, monetizing off of trends, etc. So sales per customer is really going to be focus. Growth and specifically sales per customer is going to be a key focus. So there's going to be strategies around social commerce. We talked about them. There's going to be strategies around data monetization. That was also articulated previously around how Amazon is doing it. But that's the case of all retailers right now. Being able to provide better merchandising and better recommendations is just going to obviously increase your ability to convert and increase your ability to get more sales and potentially even more premium products. There's been a lot of cases where the upsell is significant from that. Excuse me. And then you look at dynamic marketing, so the ability to do real-time, personalized offers, even content that might be in social media posts or emails, or that's in fact the first engaging maybe to a segment of consumers first. That's how you start, but then eventually evolving to actually to a person as an ideal to get them to more stimulate their interest. Now, the next focus for retailers, they're not going to lose sight of, for fashion retailers, they're not going to lose sight of competition, right? So you're going to have fast fashions there, and then of course the other way around, of course, to this you can use. But if you consider that maybe you're not a pure fast fashion brand, you're an established brand, customer retention is going to be very important. So you have to focus on strategies that are going to keep customers that are there and make sure you're catering to their desires around experience, loyalty, and everything we talked about. So they're going to look for interactive features, virtual try-ons. You've seen that a lot. There's still more to do, and to make that a bit more across other companies and other use cases. But virtual try-ons is one way to do that. Conversational interactions, making your digital channels quite human-like. And I'll give, on the case study I'll give today, you'll see how important that is. But because I'm assuming your staff and customers are having human interaction, so I think that's probably pretty clear. But this is, of course, with your digital channels. And then with converged interaction. So this is the whole blending and, if you like, getting the best of online into the store into online, social as well. This is the front end, this is the experience, this is also the data, this is the ability to provide enriched data across all sources, across all channels and features. And then finally, fashion retailers aren't going to get out of the cost conundrum. So labor is going to affect them, cost of goods is going to affect them. So they're going to focus on inventory optimization and handling cost, and they're going to also focus on ways to optimize their operations. We're looking for ways to optimize their operations, in store, out of store, and also with scarce labor, how to make people more efficient in doing things with less effort and time. That's going to be a focus as well. All right. So now I've kind of given some examples as I've been explaining the strategies, but AI and AR are already being used today to enable these strategies. But I'm here to tell you that it is going to be increasingly so, and maybe more increasingly than you think. So we're going to start this with our first audience participation questions. So This is where everybody gets involved. So, Mentimeter. Give you a second to get it. Yeah, let's do show of hands. 62%. 72%. 82%. 92%. All right, good diversity. I like it. I like it. I actually think that most eyesight, still okay, I guess, but not as good as it used to be. I think it was 82, but no, the right answer was 72. But here's the thing, though. Okay, so here's really sets it all in context. So, yeah, 55 to 72, big jump, either way, right? But here we go. Cool. So we can use it for the other ones. Yeah, feel free to do it post-event, that's fine. Then you can all claim you got it. You know, it's 100% 72. Yeah, I knew it all along. But when you consider it's been sitting at 45 and 50 for years, and actually going up and down. Another story, but it's been sitting there for years. So obviously, all the hype cycle, AI is ready for scale. AI is scaling. AI will be scaled this year. Well, now AI is scaling, and I was saying to a few folks already today, I didn't necessarily need to see the number. I mean, I inherently knew what it was, but I didn't know what the number was before, of course, coming here today and looking what exactly it was. But you can just tell when you talk to people. Last year, despite all the hype, at least in the business I do, virtually crickets. Virtually. This year, a lot of talk. A lot of talk. So you can just inherently see it. So that's AI. Now, what about AR? Okay, so AR, not quite the same maturity curve as far as use. I'm saying it's not sure, but as far as use. So 1 in 5 companies are using AR. And for retail, 18% of retailers believe that this is their most important strategic technology. So if you juxtapose those two things, only 1 in 5 retailers, on average, all companies are doing it, 1 in 5 retailers are using it, yet 1 in 5 are also saying it's the most strategic, right? Behind data analytics, generative AI, online payments, I mean, that's a pretty good company to be in, right? And if you look at things like on the top end, 90 retailers are reporting, that doesn't mean it's an average, but are reporting 94% conversion rate when they're using that technology. 94% improvement, in conversion rate. And customers are also saying 65%, I remember searching correctly, are saying that they would like stores to have an AR experience. So that's going to get them in. Give me AR, I come in. So, and 75% of people next year will be using AR, very similar to social commerce transactions. This will be a very common thing for people. So therefore, they're going to get somebody who's going to give them a good AR experience, and somebody's going to wow them, and that's the ones that they're going to go to.